Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone for coming. Good morning for Julian. Good afternoon for me. And also good evening for other. Welcome to the Edupreneurs Toastmasters Club. This is actually, I think, our fifth meeting since we start from Edupreneurs. And before we start, I would like to explain a little bit about the house rule. So for everyone, please unmute your microphone, your audio, and talk if you want, if you already have the time when you talk. And also, please rename if you are the Edupreneurs member. Please also give what is your role for today and your club, where you coming from. If not, you can also, if you are not a Toastmaster, you can also rename your name as a guest. And please also turn on your video if you could, because your expression, your reaction, it's really meaning much to the speakers. And this will be also be recorded. Please let me know if you don't want to be recorded. And it will be also shared on the YouTube. Now I will give the control to our acting president, distinguished Toastmaster Harlina.
Thank you so much, Amelia, for opening this meeting. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Edupreneurs Toastmasters Club. And I'm Arlina, and I hope that you will enjoy the meeting today. We have one guest, 11 time zones away, and also someone who is very interested in writing. Julian, can you also say something about yourself today?
Uh, yes, ma'am. Hey. Um, well, about me is I love to write. I'm very passionate. I'm from North Carolina. I've been writing for almost about 3 to 4 years. Um, yes, ma'am. And I just started publishing. Well, soon I'm just going to publish my first book, but I'm very nervous about it. It's incomplete, but I'm very passionate of writing. That's about it.
Oh, wonderful. Well, looking forward to your book. And, once you have the book, you have to promote it, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. That's the next
Yeah.
step.
It's an interesting opportunity to join a Toastmasters Club, maybe in your environment or just with us, so that you can practice the interview and so on. Because I'm sure a lot of people, they will be interested in your book.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Yes. Now I would like to double check about so what are I noticed that one or two people, they are not here yet. But then again, I think we can continue with our meeting because they are actually already on the way. So in Toastmasters, we have people who do the public speaking. We also have people who listen. That is why today we have, for example, an MC and also evaluators, so people who listen, and sometimes they will also ask the opinion of other people in the audience. Therefore, in Toastmasters, we do not only do public speaking, but also actually communication, yeah, because communication is a two-way street. And I would like to ask the person who will lead us through the whole meeting to introduce herself and start leading the meeting. Please, Toastmaster, should I say distinguished Toastmaster Suchen Ong, our master of ceremony, our MC today. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Helena. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, everyone, too. What a joy to be your MC tonight. Before we meet our speaker, let's take a few minutes to meet each other. When I call yourself, I will need your help to share 4 things: your name, what you do, and where you're joining from, and 1 word on how you are showing up. So I shall start, and 30 seconds for each. So I will start. I'm Su Chen. I'm an admin manager, and I'm joining from Petaling Jaya in Malaysia, from Malaysia. And 1 word is awesome. So, Helena, you be the next one.
Hey, I'm Harlina, and I'm kind of a semi-caregiver at my aunt's house, and I'm zooming in from Jakarta, and 1 word is curious.
Fantastic. Thank you, Helena. Amelia?
Hi everyone, I'm Amelia. I'm in Hungary right now. I'm a PhD student and I'm keen to learn about today's from our speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Amelia. Thank you. Reffi, what about yourself?
Hello, Reffi, you okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Reffi?
Hello everyone, my name is Reffi. I'm from Sidoarjo, but now I'm working in Pasuruan. Every day I work as a Japanese interpreter staff and also writing. My word today is wordholic. This is my slogan. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Reffi. Thank you. Elios?
Oh,
Oh, okay, never
hello.
mind. Never mind. Okay. Elios?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
loud and clear.
Yes, just a quick one. My daily job to see people laugh, and hopefully this meeting I can learn from Refi San here and to yes, because she is a great writer. She published a lot of books. Congratulations. Sayonara. Oh, not sayonara, I think. What should I say? Really? Thank you.
All right.
Kanbate.
Farewell.
Thank you, Elios. Thank you. Julian?
Yes. Um, Hello, I'm Julian. I'm from America in North Carolina. Um, one of my friends brought me in, and I'm very curious about how this thing would turn out for me and gain new experience and learn advice. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, Julian. And Ari?
Yay. Yes. Well, what should I do? I'm sorry. I'm disconnected.
Okay,
My
let's
connection
say
was so
your
bad.
name. Okay, you
Yeah,
start off
okay.
with your name, then what you do,
Yes.
and where you're coming from, where you're joining us from,
Ah,
and
okay.
1 word.
Sure.
30 seconds for you.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Oh, my name is Ari. As you can see, I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. Currently, my profession is a teacher for junior and high school students, preparing for IELTS. And 1 word for me is perseverance.
Thank you.
Perseverance.
Thank you, Ari. Thank you. What a wonderful room we have tonight. So now, before I introduce our speaker, let me introduce the people who will be supporting the tonight's session in their key roles. Our timer tonight is Halina. Halina is keeping us on track. And I want you to know that during the Q&A, comments and reflections, and the feedback session, each person is speaking is limited to 2 minutes. Alina will give you a gentle signal in the chat if you go over This is not to rush you, but it is to make sure every voice in the room get heard. And our moderator is Ari. Ari will facilitate our Q&A and comment and reflections session after the keynote, holding the space for our questions and reflections. And then we have our lead presentation reviewer is Amelia. After the feedback session, Amelia will offer a structured review of tonight's Q. So, ladies and gentlemen, and now the moment we have all been waiting for. This dynamic lady had begun writing between classes in college, eventually publishing 31 books and launching Wordholic Class, a brand that now serves university, school, and many communities, while navigating the high-pressure world of Japanese interpretation. She mastered the art of the side hustle, from the bad days to the happy breakthroughs. Reffi is here to share the raw, real-world roadmap for turning your love for words into a successful business. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Reffi Dhinar, starting your side hustle as a magnetic writer. Reffi, over to you.
Thank you, our Madam Tom, Xiu Chen. Good evening and also good morning, everyone. Thank you because you have me as your guest speaker tonight. And I want to ask some of you who is want to be a professional writer besides Julian. Okay, we have some people who raise their hands. So tonight, I will share about my journey. So it will be different in every writer because writing is a creative journey. Sometimes, perhaps after you join this session, you will have your own journey. So I don't want you to force yourself. Oh, I want to have the same path like you or same path like your favorite author. Please don't be stressed yourself because writing is already stressful if you want to be a professional writer. Yeah. Okay, I will share the PowerPoint. Let me check it. Some people say SEO is dead. Writers are no longer needed because AI is smarter. I found this kind of contents on many platforms such as Threads, X, or Twitter, and then I also found some pessimistic status on Facebook. Yeah, because we have known that AI is already developing better and better since 3 years before. And now, last year, I I I also had the same worry and also the same fears. But after I learned and also I applied the things that I already knew and gathered from my own creative writing journey, now I convince myself that AI never beats writer. Look at this. This is the screenshot from LinkedIn that I did yesterday. So we can find that there are many jobs related to creative writing, such as bilingual freelance writer, junior copywriter, and also prompt writer. I found two job offering on LinkedIn, and it's related to prompting. It means actually AI was made by human. It needs human to make and also craft the system. So actually, if we compare with human, AI will never beat us as a human writer. AI still needs resources from online writing, right? And people don't like generic story without depth. For example, I also found in Indonesian publishers, they have stated some rules for the writers or for the aspiring writers who want to send their submission. They don't want a novel or nonfiction book that is generated by AI. They already had the tools, and also all of the professional editors and also curator also know about the generic written by AI. That's why I suggest and also I hope if you want to be a professional writer, you can use AI, but it's like just a side tool. You should learn how to write by yourself. Look for trusted resources from books, from YouTube, or maybe you can also join a writing class. So you will have a real writing skills. Human writers cannot be replaced as long as they keep learning and adapt. The problem is how. Yeah, because even though I said like this in the opening, perhaps some of you have known about the content that was generated by AI. Now the writing is going better and better. And also it's like difficult if we don't have the strategy because AI is always developing almost every year. Before I explain about what will we learn tonight, I want to explain about a little bit myself. I'm Japanese interpreter, so almost every day I speak in Japanese. So that's why I joined Toastmasters, especially in Eagle Toastmasters Club, so I can learn to speak English more. I love playing with words. That's why I called myself as a wordholic. This is my blog, wordholic.com, and also wordholic.my.id. But actually, I write English articles on Medium, but I forgot to put on this slide. I published 31 books in Indonesia. And also now I built Wordholic Class. You can look for it on Instagram. I have collaborated with many Indonesian platforms and also startups through my personal blogs, such as Gojek, View, Traveloka, and many experts that to write about and they want to publish their profile and then they saw my blog and after that we have collaborated. Now, in the start, I built Wordholic Class by myself, but now I have a small team and we provide SEO articles and also copywriting services. And since 2018, I become writing coach. Our learning objective tonight is first, storytelling, the important part in creative business. And the second, creating a simple writing business. This is will taking the longest part in our session tonight. And the last, adapt in the era of AI. First, the storytelling, the important part in creative business. Perhaps you will imagine the things that like, oh, if we want to be a good writer or if we want to find the readers, we should be a viral content creator. I received some questions from my writing students because they have a small audience in their Instagram or in their TikTok platform, and they are afraid, can I become a professional writer if I don't like to show myself on the camera? Honestly, I also don't like to make a video or creating reel, something like that, because it's like a hassle for me. I just like to write and edit on Canva, and then I can upload it. But there are many content creators who say that if you want to be a professional writer or professional content creator, you should create a video. But after I knew about myself, I disliked the idea. We can see how tough the competition in digital era. Few years ago, big influencers were the star, but now people love raw stories, the brand behind the scene, and also connection. That's why last year, Adam Mosseri, the CEO of Instagram now, said that carousel is also boosted by Instagram. So for the people who don't like to create videos like me, we can share our writing or story message, and then we can edit on a Canva or a photo, and then we can write on the photo, and we can add the music. So it will have the same impact such as Reels. And now website also becomes the integral part of branding too. So if you are a writer or if you are an aspiring writer, please have a blog. As simple as like creating your Medium account or free Blogspot or free WordPress. I suggest you should focus on your blog more than sharing your contents on social media. I will tell you after these slides. There are top 10 skills on 2025 that is mentioned by World Economic Forum. They are, you can read, such as active learning, complex problem solving, critical thinking, and so on. I focus on innovation, creativity, and originality. We can see these skills is mentioned on World Economic Forum discussion. Innovation, creativity, and originality. And also technology mastery. It means as a writer, we have this kind of benefits. Because if you become the creative writer, it means you should be creative. And you also be original. You have your own craft. You have your own product. Creative or traditional business also needs story. Maybe I don't want to publish a book. I just want to be a copywriter so I can earn money from my writing skills. It's also important for the business world today. Because now AI also can boost the brand visibility. That's why on SEMrush or Uber Suggest tools that is used by the SEO expert, they make a platform and it's called brand visibility and AI search. SEO has changing. So it means we should focus on how our brand or how our name can be mentioned by AI. That's why we need website, we need a newsletter, or we need social media that is incorporated with our branding strategy. And we also need to connect and engage with our audience because social influence is also mentioned in the skills on World Economic Forum. But please don't be afraid. You don't need to be a famous influencer or a famous content creator because now micro influencer also has the same chance and also has the same opportunities for everyone. Brand also look for the micro influencer that has the followers amount under 10,000 because they say that micro influencer is having the create engagement with the audience so they can reply faster and also they can share the raw story, something like that. After we know about the importance of storytelling, so it means if you want to be a professional writer, if you are a book author, you can collab with other brand, or you can collab with other publisher, because now if we want to be known as a professional book author, you need to have a circle around the publisher. But if you publish through self-publishing, such as you publish on Amazon or Google Play Book, it means you need a community. That's why you cannot be alone now. You should meet many people and also with many brands together, and also to movement or an event. And now we move to the second part of my workshop. It's creating a simple writing business. I found the idea by accident. Yeah, I love reading since I was a little kid, and I wrote my own stories in my book. My friend really loved to read my stories because I wrote my stories after we had a lesson in our class, or perhaps when others playing on the playground. I just read, and also I wrote some stories, and they loved it. But one day, one of my friend asked me, how if you write a story that I like? She said like that. And then I rejected the idea because I didn't want to be forced to write a story. That's why I said, if you pay me, I'll write for you. Actually, it was a joke because I didn't want to be forced. But suddenly she said, yes, I want to pay you. She said like this. And then I cut a paper. I make it as like a rectangle mini book. I also use a colorful cover. I make it as a mini book by myself, and then I write by pen. That's the first time I got paid by my own story. Perhaps it was when I was 8 years old. I got my first writing business. Because the first customer loved my story, I create a catalog. I made a list of titles and also a genre. They could choose the titles and also genre. After that, I write. And yeah, after that, I knew, oh, I have a talent to sell my story. But because I was busy with my study, I didn't continue the business. I did the small business in my elementary school for almost a year, and I would buy my favorite shows, my favorite books from my own small writing business. Writing professionally isn't only about joy. After I started my freelancing career in college, I know that I need to learn more. There was a time my hand was injured. I got backlash. Also, some people hated the idea that I became the professional writers. My book was pirated too, even though I had reported the piracy. But yeah, there I can find my ebook that is published by a major publisher in Indonesia on Google Book, and they sold it like maybe for free. They didn't sold it. That's why if you want to be a professional writer, it's not only about a love stories and also about the happy moments. Passion is never enough. We need resilience, discipline, and curiosity to struggle in writing business. If you just want to, if you think that writing is like a hobby, it's okay. But if you want to be a professional writer, it means you should be ready to face this kind of bad things or sad things like get a backlash, fired, injured. And then you also need to connect the dots. A writer needs to learn from various backgrounds. Just because we lose a book data, oh, sorry. I think it's like I mistyped. I will fix it after that. Connect the dots. It means if a writer needs to learn from various backgrounds, so we can absorb many ideas from different people and also from different version of human. Especially if you are a fiction writer, you need to learn about psychology, philosophy, and so on. If you are a non-fiction writer, you need to learn about how to craft the idea to be liked by the readers, something like that. Don't monetize your writing passion if you think only sweets and great moments. Creative journey can be unique for everyone. I start my writing career as content writer and also copywriter. After that, I won some fiction competitions. Perhaps you have your own or your unique journey. I also have some friends that started their writing career as a script writer and also as a children story writer, something like that. What we need is persistency, resilience, and growth mindset. I think it's applied for everyone who want to start their creative career. It's not only as a writer. And now I want to tell you about my method. It's called IS method. I craft this method after doing some trials, error in my own creative writing journey. And it has a philosophy because the sun rises from the east. So it's like a new spirit for us if we use this method. Is about explore, assess, share, take the evaluation, and also review, and also continue. We start from the first step. It's explore. Now, if you are an aspiring writer and you have many kinds of interests, the first thing you need to do is explore your writing interests. Do you like fiction or non-fiction? How about if I like both? I got this question, and there are many creative people who doesn't want to write only in one genre. Honestly, I also write in many genres. But to start our professional career, we should know the first thing that we want to develop. That's why you should know what do you want to write, fiction or non-fiction, only one. After you decide the topic, for example, if you want to be a fiction writer, now you need to choose the genre. Is it romance or thriller? If you choose non-fiction writing, it means what will you learn? Article, biography, travel writing, because it has different methods, and also it needs to be adapted in some media. That's why you should choose. I chose non-fiction, and my first thing that I learned deeper was articles. That's why I created blog, and I also learned about SEO. Try everything. So in this exploration stage, maybe you can have like 1 until 2 months to decide. You can write everything, you can try everything for 2 months. After 2 months, it's the time to assess. You should compile and also document your journey. And you can sit on your chair Bring your paper, bring your pen, and assess yourself. What topic and genre do you write the most? The first thing that you need to do. For example, in my first year as a writer, I wrote articles the most. I also wrote fiction book, but almost every day, maybe 3 until 4 days, I wrote articles, and I used my weekend to wrote my first novel. It means article became the thing that I wrote the most. And then the second, how is your feelings when you write it? Is it feel easier, or is it feel like a burden? You should know about it. After you know about the feelings, it means you know, oh, I pick fiction writing and I pick romance novel. Then you should give or share your writing to your closest circle. Take the compliment and receive the feedbacks. But sometimes if we give it in of to our friends or to our family, perhaps some people will always praise us, or some people will mock us. So you should be ready to receive every comment or every opinion from your closest circle, because this is the first test. If you get compliment, yes, take it wholeheartedly. But if some people cannot believe in your dream, don't take it too much into your heart, because this is the first step. If you become the famous writer, sometimes you will receive negative reviews, or maybe bad comment about your project. So the first step that you should try, tell and also share your dream and your project to your closest circle. After that, after you test about your bravery in sharing your writing projects, choose one writing topic that you write easily and love to research or learn. It will become your genius zone. For example, you love to write novel, and also you love to write travel writing articles, for example, like that. You should know, when you write those topics, what is the easiest thing that you can write? What is the topic that you love to research and spend time to learn more? After you know about that, it will become your genius zone. Stick with it. And then the next step is share. Choose one platform to share your written ideas. For example, if you want to be a fiction writer, I suggest to build your audience by sharing your story for free. And we can use Wattpad. In Indonesia, we also have KWP, Gramedia Writing Project. And also we have Good Novel. Good Novel we have in Indonesian version and also in international version, and many things, because now there are many fiction writing platforms on social media. If you want to be a non-fiction writer, have a blog like Blogspot, WordPress, or Medium. Now, Substack is also becoming the platform that is famous for non-fiction writer. So you can share on it. Choose one social media to promote your projects. Don't be greedy. To share your projects on many platforms. For example, if you choose Instagram, you can connect it with Facebook and also with Threads. So you only need to post once. So, and your projects will be shared automatically on Threads or on Facebook. it's okay. But if you just want to share your story through text, you can use threads or X. If you love to share through voice, you can create your podcast account. Just choose one social media, because to, to create our personal branding, it needs effort and also it needs time. Branding is not for sales. Branding is to create your influence and also your momentum. Be patient, because the creative writing journey is like we sail in the middle of the sea. Sometimes we can meet great obstacles. Sometimes it will be easier. So please be patient. Focus on sharing your ideas once a week. Start it once a week. If you have more times, you can add the frequency. Now, Instagram is suggested to share our ideas 2 until 3 times a week. And then look at other writers who has monetized it. Learn what they read or take a writing class to polish your own skills. Document your journey. And the last method of ease method is take the evaluation, review, and also continue. Take the evaluation from your mentor or readers. This is the stage that you need to look for from other experts. You can look at the beta readers, you can look the editors, or perhaps you can join a writing community so you can gather more honest opinion from others. You can find your blind spot. And then review your skills monthly. It's very important. Continue your writing journey for 6 months. I advise it for a year minimum to measure your productivity, because as a worker like me, that I just has a limited time. That's why I assess my own productivity. Oh, perhaps I cannot write every day, so I can write 3 days a week. If you are a housewife and you are busy to raising your kids, it means perhaps I just need to write 15 minutes a day. Everyone has different productivity, because I cannot compare myself with your life. That's why you need to evaluate after 6 months. And the last thing that you should do is follow writing community and be friend with fellow writers, because now we will speak about the business side. It means you need to network, you need to meet with more writers to know about the opportunity. It's not only about how we can getting a job from others, but sometimes after we create a good networking with other writers, they can invite us or ask us to collaborate it in an event or in a book sharing moment, something like that. And now after you do this kind of preparation with each method, let's compete. After a year of writing consistently, now let's challenge yourself. Join writing competitions. That's how I published 31 books and also collaborated with many brands. I joined more than 100 writing competition perhaps since 7 years ago. I failed in many competitions, but because I failed, I knew the things that the judges love from the winner. And even though I failed many times in writing competitions, I finish many drafts. And then in a few years after, I can use this unused draft and I revise it. I use it in another competition and then, or I submit it in a writing submission in indie publisher or major publisher. And almost maybe like 20 or 25 books from my list is published because I won a writing competition or I was selected in a special achievement. And the second, your pitch to a publisher. If you are a nonfiction writer, it means you can join an essay competition or a blog article competition. And then you also can send your nonfiction book or your fiction book to a publisher. The third, look for the writing opportunities on social media. LinkedIn, Threads, and then X. We can find many job opportunities as a freelance writer, or you can create account on freelancer website like freelancer.com, pros.com, or in Indonesia we have Seribulancer, projects.co.id, and many things. But even though you start to look for the job opportunities related to writing, don't stop your writing system that I have explained before. It's about creating your, sharing your branding, and also creating your blog and so on. Don't follow your passion, because creative career needs momentum and also trial errors until you create an opportunities. Writing is also humbling me. Maybe in 2017 or 2016, one day I woke up and I could not move my left arm. It was really painful. And the reason why I got this injury because I typed too much. In the morning and the evening, I work in an office. And then after I had some clients, I became greedy. I received and also I type almost every night until I could not sleep well. And one day my muscle was injured and I could not write normally almost 2 months. That's why I really suggest for all of the audience today, don't be greedy. Even though you are famous with your writing skills, you should spare your time to relax and also to have your me time. So you please don't write almost every day. You should have 1 or 2 days off from writing. Write more, share more, so people will recognize you. But you don't need to be a viral creator or viral writer. Join more challenge. Learn from reputable mentor or editor to polish your writing skills. Even though I'm not a viral writer, but until now, I always have a writing client. And almost every weekend, I also have a private students related to writing, branding, and also coaching about mindset. It means if they love your stories, you will get more opportunities. 2 years ago, I also got a publishing offering from a platform called Cabaca in Indonesia. They love my articles, and then I became the first non-fiction writer on their platform. And also I got a decent amount. It means even though I'm not a viral writer, but because I always write and publish on my blog and share on my platform, it find the audience. You need to work or doing other business to pay your bills before this writing can fit you. Because passion only cannot fit you. That's why you don't follow your passion. Until now, I still work as a company worker, but I enjoy because I never do the overtime. That's why I work in this company. Before I resigned from my first company because it was demanding and I did not have any time to write. And now I work in more medium-sized company. I don't need a big career. I just want to have a decent amount to pay my bills. And I can write and also I can build my writing team. Sometimes we will be tired or angry because if you become a professional writer, it means you will meet with various clients. Sometimes they are difficult or sometimes they are late to pay your invoice. That's why writing professionally is not always about a happy moments for me, but I love and now I still doing it until now. So build your writing career slowly and passionately. You can earn money from content writing, copywriting, also getting contract on a fiction platform or from publisher. But for me, I just want to tell you honestly, for me, content writing and copywriting are giving more opportunities. Follow the money to create writing business. If you are now a fiction writer, it means you also need to get more money to pay perhaps your editors or to pay the ads so your story can be seen on the Instagram or so on. That's why I suggest to start earn money from content writing or copywriting because the job offer from these two scopes are already on many platforms such as LinkedIn or on other social media. And then you can build your fiction writing career besides your copywriting and content writing skills. This is the example of my projects on my blogs. I also has the projects from the English brand, and also this is like the example that I got from emails. So it's not only about writing articles, but also a description on what you can say on a Play Store. Yeah. I talk about branding. I use social media that is visible with my personality. That's why I don't use TikTok. I have uninstalled it because I don't like about the platform. I focus on WhatsApp story, blog, newsletter, podcast, Insta story, and using my real life circle to show who I am. For example, I love to join a working tour community. Every time I introduce myself, I always talk about, oh, I have a blog and I write my traveling experience on my blog. After that, they want to follow me. And also in Toastmasters, I can spread my love about words and storytelling. 2 years ago, I got a writing student from Toastmasters, and now he is writing his first novel. In the middle of my journey, after many communities asked me to be a writing coach, I challenged myself to create Wordholic Class. This is the first leap for my writing career because in that time I built by myself, but I could gather with many inspiring writers. And after the pandemic come, I changed the system into online, and this is some of my online class. And in the middle is in narasi book, and it's owned by Najwa Shihab, if you follow narasi. And this is after pandemic, I got the opportunity to be a guest speaker in some universities in Surabaya. And in this year, now I collaborated with some of other mentor that I have taught, and also I have gathered from professionals. Now I'm not alone, so we will have a project in this year. I hope we can build it better and faster. And now the last thing about the session is adapt in the era of AI. I don't talk too much in these slides because actually I have talked a lot before. If AI needs resources, that's why you need write blogs. You need to mention your brand often on your social media. That's why it can give a signal to AI. Writer needs to build stronger personal branding online and offline. So you don't need to rely on social media. Meet people, meet community offline, share your love about your books, and don't be ashamed with your draft or your writing story. Creativity is the key. So be authentic, but still be humble. Learn about SEO basic and storytelling if you build a simple blog, and then connect with many creative people from different backgrounds. Don't be shy to show your identity as a writer. Learn about AI after you master the writing skills. And this is the future event from me with one of a startup founder. She is a housewife, and then she learned about coding, and now Henny built her first startup, and it's called hashtag coding. This event is only for women in Surabaya. So if you live in Surabaya or if you want to join us from other city, please come and you can ask me after this event to register if you are interested. That's from me. Now I give the control back to our talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Reffi Dhinar. Round of applause for Reffi Dhinar. That was genuinely wonderful. We'll now move into our Q&A and comments reflection session. Ari, the floor is yours. Over to you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Shuchen. And thank you, Ms. Rafi. What a story. What a story. Well, we now have 15 minutes for question. This is your chance to go deeper into Rafi's journey or her mindset or the decisions that she made and all the lessons that she learned along the way. However, please keep your question short and focused. And let's stay on the story and the journey itself, okay? Because Reffi is here to share her experience as a writer. So who would like to start? Please raise your hand and unmute yourself. Who would like to start? Harlina? Okay, Harlina,
Yes.
please. The time is yours.
What if all of a sudden you have writer's block? What do you do?
All right. My method when I have a writer's block is don't write. Move. You can dance, you can sing, or you can look to other nature or watching funny videos. Don't write and don't read. This is the ideas from me because some writers suggest that you should read more. You should look for other books to add more inspiring ideas. But for me, it will not help us. Because when you have a writer's block, sometimes when you read other projects from other writers, you can compare it with yourself. And then you will be depressed more. You will be stressed. That's why I suggest don't write, don't read. Please move your body and you can refresh your brain. If you love to playing something, you can playing it. That's why if we become the professional writer, you need a hobby that you are not monetized yet. For me, I read comics, I read manhwa. Sometimes I just watch Korean drama. I don't need to monetize those skills. That's for me.
Well, thank you for the
You're with
answer and the question. Yes, yes. Who's next? Who's next? Who want to give a question?
There's a chat
Yeah.
box. There's a question in the chat
Okay,
box.
okay. Well, okay. This is one from ET, Ilios. Okay. I will read it for you, ET. So, Miss Rafi, who is your favorite locals and global author? The locals and global author.
It's easy. But my favorite local is Dhinar Seftianti. I read almost all of her books. I also joined one of her workshop in 2016. And in global, I like J.K. Rowling, Haruki Murakami,
Okay.
and some of maybe we can say Ko Hye-sun. She is Korean and also a famous celebrities in Korean.
Ah, okay. Oh well. Well, thank you for the answer, Miss Rafi. Who's next? Who wants to give a question to Miss Rafi? Who else? Okay.
Favorite creation?
Favorite creation from from Dhinar Lestari, I guess that's the question. Or for
Yes,
those?
of course, from the Lestari. Actually, from the Supernova, I just love some of the titles such as Petir and then Gelombang. And also, I love all of the Lestari short stories. Her short stories are more unique. And from Haruki Murakami is Norwegian Wood and 1Q84 from Haruki Murakami. J.K. Rowling is Harry Potter series and Cormoran Strike series, but she has different pen name, Robert Gilbreth. Yeah, I love this story.
Well, thank you. The next would be okay. Let's start with Amelia first, and then Jillian. Okay, Amelia, can you speak, or should I help
I
you?
can speak.
Okay.
So, why you decide to choose the non-fiction genre?
Because it will be faster for me to earn more money. Yeah. That's why I chose copywriting and also content writing at first. But after a year, I got the opportunities to join a novel competition. I became the finalist. And now almost of my book is fiction. But it's like because I want something that after that I publish a fiction book. But for a business, I focus on copywriting and content writing.
Okay. Well, thank you. Next would be the one from Jillian. Jillian, would you like to read your question, or should I read it for you?
You're still on mute, Julian.
Okay, sorry. You can read it
Okay.
for me.
So the question is, what is your top 3 favorite novels and why?
Top 3, it's difficult, but I can say Norwegian Wood from Haruki Murakami, and then Harry Potter, but I love the 5th series of Harry Potter because it's dark. I love dark stories. And then a novel from Japanese author is Holy Mother. It's thriller because it have a suspense and twist. For your information, actually, I read fantasy and also thriller books more than romance. That's why when I wrote a romance or a fiction stories for my novel, it always has the depth and also a complicated plot for them because I love dark story. Yes, I admit it.
Wow. Okay. So that's the top three. Next would be from Yura. Yura, would you like to read your own question or should I read it for you? Okay, I think I will read it for you. How do you manage your energy for writing if you're tired after work? How do you manage yourself?
I create system. That's why, for example, before I make a writing class, I always create a schedule for almost a month. For example, in July, I will create my writing schedules on June. And then I pinpoint when will I have a working tour or when will I do the staycation. So I have know what is the time that I will not receive a writing offer or writing clients. I have the exact schedule for my leisure time. And then I also know about my capacity. Now my team is only handling 2 clients for almost 2 years. I don't add my clients because I know about my capacity and also my writing teams. I don't want to be greedy. That's why the first I create a system to writing, and then I know about my boundaries and also I know about my capacity. I will not chase after more writing projects because I have a bad experience when I was greedy.
Okay, well, I see Amelia raised her hand. Amelia?
Yes, I want to have a follow-up question with you said you have system, right? When you have schedule when you are writing, but sometimes if we write, I don't know if it's the same with everyone. For me, I'm writing especially if I have the mood to write. How if you don't have the mood to write within the schedule?
Now, back to my statement. If you just want to write as a hobby, just follow your mood. But if you want to be a professional writer, mood will not help us to please the clients. That's why having a clients, having the deadlines, or start to join a writing competition. I before I have a client, I often join a writing competitions, so I will have deadline. That's why my target or my goal is only finishing my draft. For example, only 1 month or 2 months. So it gives me a pressure to write or finish my draft. But if you still follow your mood, it means maybe you have your own priority. My advice is, what is your goals? What is your stream with your books or with your stories? Stick with it.
Okay. Wow, what a good answer. I also have a question for Reffi. So, Miss Reffi, well, everybody has a creative ideas, right? In their minds. Usually they try to write it and it's very bad. Very, very bad. Because they just think, I better try to write this. So, as a new starter or as a new writer, what is what should I actually do? Should I just write even though it's bad? Or should I look for some editors for it? Or what? What should I do?
If you are a newbie, for example, as a writer, just write and look for the readers. I call it beta readers. So they can give you the advice Don't give it to your friends who don't like to read. It's the first mistake. So you should be sure if your friends or your family love to read many books, so that they will have what we can say, the skill to give a value to your books. You don't need the editor for your first step. You just look for. That's why I suggest please go to a book community online or offline, because in the book community sometimes they are also love to read your story. So
Okay,
just look for the community.
just look for it. Okay, I think I'll look
Yeah.
for it then. Okay, I'll read some of the follow-up question. This one from ET. If you could be a character in any stories, who would you like to be and why?
I want to be Hermione because she is very smart, and I will not just choose Ron, or I will not choose Harry. I will build my own career in the magic world, and yeah, I will choose Victor Krum. If you are Harry Potter fans.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, well, we have a limited time, but let's go with the final two question. Does anybody has another question? Or I will read the ET question again. Okay, let's go with the ET then. So, Refi, if you have opportunity to create a movie based on your books, which book would you choose?
Perhaps it's Smart Kokila. Smart Kokila is a novelette, and it's animal stories. And in this story, I became the third winner in a competition. It was special because the characters are animals, the beetle, and also a human. The beetle can understand the language of human, and it's about what they can say about preserve our forest. That's the story. It's not about a love story or dark story, but it was the light story that after I wrote it, many readers say that it's funny, it's hilarious. So please write it more. But yeah, I didn't have any energy to create more light stories because I love dark stories. But that's why I wanted it to be adapted as the animated movie, because I love anime, and also I also love Madagascar, Ice Age. So yeah, I have the imagination for this project.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Wow. Well, I would like to read that book or the story. Maybe I'll look it up in the internet if it's up to grab. And well, thank you for the wonderful question. But I would like to listen for the remarks from you, Refi. What do you think of? Uh, please give us your closing remarks of this meeting. The question.
I love this meeting, and also I love the funny questions from you, because it's like I imagine myself as a children again. You said about what is your favorite books, and also what is your favorite characters. It's interesting.
Well, we're glad to have you too. And
Yeah,
we're
thank
really
you very
glad to have
much.
such inspiring speakers and writers like you here. So now the question and answer session is up. We move on to the comments and reflection. And this time we will move to something a little more personal. This is our comments for those around you who listen to your speech. Each of us will give you something from what they have listened to you and share it, and for something that we can take away from tonight and your speech. This is not evaluation, okay? This is an appreciation and reflection. So one or two sentences is just enough. You don't have to make it long.
Okay.
Okay. The first one would be Hadlina.
Okay, thank you so much for your wonderful presentation, Toastmaster Reffi. I was very surprised at the practical use of your presentation. Usually, people they say just something vague about how they build their career, but it was just really a roadmap. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next? Amelia, I guess?
Yeah. Wait.
Sure, I'll wait. We'll wait.
Okay. Yeah. So comments and reflection for me. Actually, I like to read, but I hate writing. That's why when I first met Reffi, we met at the TLI in Surabaya. I asked, oh, so are you a writer and blah blah blah, and she said that writing is just my side hustle. So that's why I want to know more. That's why I invite her now, and it's really interesting. I've got a lot from you today, a lot of to learn, and a lot of tips too. Thank you very much for sharing with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. How about Julianne then? Julianne? Yes.
I don't know where to begin. Okay, so I love how you became a writer and how you became more confident of your people, your friends, and everyone in the community that support you and love your reading because for me, people say I'm a good writer, but I'm also scared of what people will say or they give me like negative review. So I just love the fact about how you know more confidence of your writing and let people read all over. The fact that you published 31 books is amazing.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Julianne. Xuxian, would you like to
Yeah.
give her?
Yes,
Sure.
definitely. Thank you. Reffi, I don't like to read books, but today your presentation was awesome. Why? You share tips and your presentation was so organized in a way that really inspired me. Hey, Suchen, Reffi has given you an opportunity. Take it. Consider it. Your tips, your presentation was so organized that you shared stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Wow, that's really great. Thank you so much for the awesome tips. I really appreciate. Thank you. Over to you, Ari.
Okay, well, thank you then. Well, Ilios or Yura, can you give some remarks? Uh, Ilios, I guess.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Thank you. Arigato, Revi-san. That's a very wonderful presentation. I really like the journey of, yeah, we call it the hero's journey. And in this time, you are the heroine journey, like Hermione. So, yes, thank you for all those spells that you have been casted to make us mesmerized by your presentation. So, last but not least, I would like to say, Abracadabra! A wonderful presentation. Back to you, Ari.
Thank you.
Well, oh, thank you, E.T. Next would be, I think we still have time, right? Yura, could you turn up the camera or at least the audio? Sure.
Yura is also a writer. She is my friend.
Oh my God. Well, let's give
Hello,
Reffi then.
hello, Ari. I'm sorry. I can open my camera.
That's okay. That's okay. Just an audio.
Yes. Reffi is my favorite mentors and writers in Indonesian, and I'm happy. I'm so happy hear her share in this Zoom, and I love this presentation. Thank you. Thanks for your sharing.
Thank you, Yura.
Thank you, Yura. Now, David, 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 is it possible for you to turn out the audio or video or the camera? Okay, okay, that's fine. Well, now it's from me. So, Reffi, well, I like the story. I like how you start the thing that, yes, I like writing, but I don't want to write for you unless you pay me. That's a good start. And then how you pivot from to make diverse of your work. You start with the nonfiction as a serious note, as how do you earn money at first, and then you pivoting into to fiction because you find that, well, actually my readers like this kind of story, but I am able to do this every time, so I need to manage my time better for the fiction. And I also has the same hobby with you, reading. I think I read too much, but less time in writing. I read too much, but less time in writing. So I better learn to write well then before I use AI to help me, just like you said. And I really like how do you use East. That's very helpful for me, I think. It's very easily applicable. Thank you. That's a very valuable tips that everybody here can learn from you. So thank you very much for coming here and share with us. And once again, thank you very much, Reffi. I think that's enough, yeah, for the time, yeah. Okay. So back to you, Shichen, so we can continue with the agenda.
Thank you. Thank you, Ari, and thank you, everyone, for such generous reflections tonight. We now move into our feedback session. It is my pleasure to introduce our lead presentation reviewer, Amelia. Amelia will offer a structured review of tonight's keynote. Amelia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Shuqian. I will try to evaluate Reffi. It is 8 minutes. I hope I can make it to 8-minute evaluation, but if not, please, it's okay. I really like your presentation. So in the beginning, you open with question, who is here, keen to learn about writing and who have interest with writing. So at the beginning, you really hook up the audience with a question. And after that, you have the PPT. I remember it's the quotes with AI. And yeah, it's really also catch the audience attentions. It's really, really great. And what I also like is your presentation or your PowerPoint is really, really catchy. You have like a lot of pictures and also a lot of points. So it is really clear to understand, even though it's not really long sentences. But I noticed in one, so the slide about, it's not about the viral. I think it's a little bit a bit too long sentences. Maybe you can make it as a point, so it's easier for the audience to read. But the others, it's really nice. And also I like what I say, what is it called? The jargon. The jargon is, it's really easy to remember, explore, assess, share, and take evaluation. So it is really, really helpful for the audience, especially for people who wants to start writing and just at the beginner of the write. So, and it's really catchy also, and it's easy to remember. And also what I like, also the structure. So the opening is really nice. So you catch the audience attention and you have that stage of your writing. And at the end, you also mention about the AI. From the structure, I really love it because you have a very structural, like the beginning and also the content. But for my suggestion, just a little for the structure at the end about the AI, maybe you can add a little bit more. I see maybe that some point there's some point at the beginning maybe you can reduce so we can hear more about AI because like the topic is I think it's quite hot about whether AI will replace us or whether we will very depends on AI. So yeah, so maybe you can make it longer. That's my suggestion. And I also like when you use metaphor when you're doing the speech and you say that passion not fit you because usually people will say don't follow your passion blah 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 blah, but this is really realistic. Don't follow your passion because if you have writing passion it will not fit you. It's really realistic. I really like that actually. It's really hit on point. So another suggestion also for me, I heard that you mentioned a lot about SEO, but I'm not really into that area on the writing, so I don't know what is SEO. At first, I thought it's a little bit similar with CEO. Is it more like to the Chinese drama? You mentioned SEO. Is it connect with the CEO? I don't understand, so I need to Google it. Maybe at first you need to mention what is actually SEO and what is actually the connection with the writing. So people might be confused with that. Um, yeah, with that abbreviation because not everyone knows about that. All in all, actually, it's really interesting. It's really insightful, and I can see that you already do it. Maybe like have trained people a lot of time about this, so you don't feel nervous and you also don't hesitate, and it's just when you deliver it, it just it just flow like a river. So it's really great for the delivery. For me, it's really nice presentation, and also the structure is nice. The presentation also nice. You don't feel the nervousness. Just a little bit suggestion about some jargon that we might not know, and also maybe give a little bit more about AI and also the closing. That's for me. Thank you very much. Back to Xu Qian.
Thank you, Amelia. That was invaluable. Amelia, could you please lead us in our group photo?
Okay. Okay, everyone, if you can, turn on your video. Yeah, Elias, maybe? Okay. Now, normal pose, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now imagine that you are the main character of your own book. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Amelia. Now we have a 3-minute bio break.
Before I close the meeting, I think some of you have already heard the sad news of one of our EXCO members. So in Toastmasters, Julian and David, we learn about communication, but also about leadership. And one of the ways how to learn about leadership is to become a club officer or area director or division director, but one of our former club officers, our former VP Education, Lorna Holtman, is not longer with us. It is a shock for me. So she passed away a couple of days ago. She is actually from South Africa. However, she also came to our District 87 conference. I think it was one in Bandung. She came in Indonesia. So for her, can you imagine from South Africa to Indonesia? What a journey. And she came and she also participated in club meetings in our district here. Our district is Indonesia, East Malaysia, Brunei, and East Timor. And she was a very active VP Education. She prepared our meetings well, and she's still so young. I think maybe she's about my age. So I cannot imagine. I think she still has children. I think maybe already adults, but still, I cannot imagine how they feel. I hope that she rests in peace and hopefully she's in a better place now. So Lorna, you did give an impact on this club. You really worked hard, and I hope that continuing this club will be a good legacy for you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much also in your comments. Thank you very much. And now before I close the meeting also, I would like to ask the guests. What do you think about this meeting? I haven't heard from David yet. Oh, oh dear. What do you know? Yeah, what comments do you want to give? And Lorna was your club secretary. Oh, goodness.
Is our club secretary. I was not expecting her pass away. He's like quite a loss because before that she was quite healthy until the last month. Yeah, and about this particular meeting, I have joined a few times. Sorry for late, but I have captured some of the information at the last. I think are valuable lessons as a writer, and also about how to improve further on the speech, like the speech itself. So I quite like it. Yeah. So that's all.
Thank you very much, David, and hopefully we can see you again on our next meeting 2 weeks from now. And Julianne, what about you? Any comments on this meeting?
Well, you see, David was the one who brought me in this meeting because he knows I'm very passionate. So thank you, David. And thank you for guys for having me here. And I've learned so much about what to do to be more better as a writer. And I'm just so happy to be here and learning. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Julianne. So please do come again. Like I said, once you become a writer, at a certain moment, you have to talk about your book. And if you feel like, hey, I need some public speaking, you can always join our club or David's club. So it will be a nice practice ground for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of this meeting in Edupreneurs. This is the type of meeting that we have on the second Tuesday of the month. So we give the opportunity to our members or to certain visiting Toastmasters to give this kind of workshop or presentation, 45 minutes. It's quite long. It's different from a Toastmasters meeting where we usually only give speeches 5 to 7 minutes. Yeah, sometimes educational session 10 to 12 minutes, but not so very often. But here you have the chance to give longer presentations, to test out the waters and get feedback as well. As for our next meeting, it's this 2 weeks from now on the 26th of May. 26th of May, the format is a bit different. Not a presentation for 45 minutes, but 2 presentations of 15 minutes only. Still quite long, but this is a good way to challenge yourself. And if I'm not mistaken, we have our member, Ari, he already volunteered himself. Yeah.
How long
Sorry.
should I speak?
Yes.
How long should I speak?
Yes, you can talk about
How long? How long? For how long?
how long? 15, 15 minutes. You can take a speech
couldn't be less.
from the Pathways project.
Okay.
You can make a project of the Pathways project that is usually 5 to 7 minutes and make it longer, but please inform us in advance if you are going to do a Pathways project so that we can also evaluate you appropriately. And I would like to ask who else is interested to give a 15 minutes presentation. What do you think? Our Toastmaster of the meeting. Only 15. Only 15. Or do you prefer do you prefer longer? It's on the 26th of May though. On the Tuesday. Let's give it a try. What do you think?
That's a challenge,
about it.
Shuchin. That's a challenge.
Think about it. Think about it. So it can be about your work. It can be about, well, actually, we're a bit of a cross section for people who are who like to educate, the education, but also entrepreneurs. So it can be about education. It can be about entrepreneurship. So it can be
Actually,
or you. Yes.
Helena, actually, I'm actually compiling, researching about health, that the points of it. But then I'm not sure yet how it's going to be presented. So 15 minutes, maybe I will try.
All right. Yes. So one way is